Rogerio, you went through this situation with USADA. You were cleared at the same time as other guys like Junior Dos Santos and Pezão. And Junior talked a lot about how difficult it was for him because it involves not only a financial problem because you're not fighting, but sort of a personal problem, right? Because people label you sort of as a cheater automatically. My question for you is, how was it for you to deal with this process, to stay calm throughout, and to not, was it hard to deal with people maybe putting that label on you?
Yes, it was a very difficult time for me now. Almost 7 months I didn't fight. I was supposed to fight at the end of the last year. I remember I was sleeping and after the training, and my wife called me and she said, you had a problem with USADA. I said, that's impossible because I didn't took nothing. For sure, I know I have a chance to now to prove this, and but was a very hard time for me, 6 months, and but I know now I have a chance to come back, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I'm not gonna think about this because when I think the situation now, I suppose fighting. I didn't fight. I have a problem with the financial problem, but at this time I'm very happy to get back again.
It's interesting. You've been at this for a really long time, and you've done so much with your career, and then something frustrating like this happens. I think people would understand if you decided, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore, and you chose to keep going, to fight the thing, to get a shorter suspension and to get back. What kept you motivated to keep fighting?
Yeah, what kept me motivated? I just have a big family now. So we have a lot of students in Brazil. So we have like almost 10,000 students. We have a lot of people like my work. I have 3 kids now, so everything getting me motivated to make this fight again.
Were you confident throughout the whole process that you would be able to prove that you are not guilty? Were you confident since the beginning?
Yeah, I'm very confident since beginning because I know I didn't took nothing. So was very hard, man, to prove. I spent a lot of money with a lawyer, with everything to prove this, but when they called me and said that you will not. You're free now to start to fight again. So I was very happy, just happy.
And you talked about, so it took a while for you to come back. And when we talk about ring rust, it's divisive. Some fighters who come back after a long time, they'll say, oh no, it's no problem, like I'm fine. And some people, like, they say it messes up their rhythm because it's not only fighting, but also training, right? So how has this process been for you, just getting back to training and just getting your body back in shape? Has it been harder because of the time you've been away?
Yeah, it's very hard to get back. Now, when I have this problem, I have almost like 4 months didn't train well. Just started training 1 day and in 2 days I stopped training, get back. It's hard to get back, training hard again. So I just started training only boxing, only a little bit jiu-jitsu, but not training hard, like professional training. So these months for me is very hard to get back. But I think that the process is good because I love to fight. I think when I think with my fans, with my students, my kids, so I want to make something good, very good next month for them.
And it's whenever you're doing these interviews, and we notice because we're in them, everybody asks, well, you have a twin brother who's retired, and a lot of people are retiring, and everybody asks you, are you thinking about that? Are you contemplating that? Does it bother you that people keep asking, like that people keep trying to sort of retire you?
Yeah, I think that's normal, no? So that's normal because every fighter, like almost 40 years old, 30, no, 38, 36, they start to think about retiring. So I know the people ask me, so when you gonna be retired too, you know, like your brother. So my brother, he 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 was training, very good, fighting good, but he had a problem with the knee, with the ribs. So I think I don't have not like big problem. Just on my low back, but I think I can train, I can fight well. So I think about Randy Couture. He fought when he retired at 46, no, 46, 40, 44 maybe. Dan Henderson, he retired like 46 years old. I think I can fight, can maybe more, 2 years, 1 year. Let's see.
You mentioned your lower back because it's been an issue in the past. What have you been doing to make sure that it's not a problem this time?
Yeah, I've been working hard with my physical therapy. So I've been doing a lot of exercise, like low back and for the core, to make strong, to get a fix my low back.
What are your thoughts on this opponent you're fighting in São Paulo? Is it a good matchup for you? What are your thoughts on him as a opponent?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He come to fight with boxing style. He's very fast now, and he uses a lot of straight punch. So I think it's a good fight for me. So let's see.
You mentioned in the scrum in Portuguese that your performance in this fight might tell you if maybe it's time to stop fighting if your performance is not as good as you're expecting. How do you deal with that in your mind that maybe this could be your last fight? You just mentioned that you have plans to fight for more years, but you just said in Portuguese that maybe this could be your last fight.
Yeah, I think so. I've been fight for almost 20 years, so that time we made a lot of good fights. So I think that time it's time to see how I gonna fight in my next one. So that fight's gonna be very important to see my body works, the time, my speed, my mind, my move. So let's see this fight.
You haven't fought in almost 2 years. It will be almost 2 years when you fight in São Paulo and at the same arena where you headlined the UFC event last time you fought. Is it important for you to come back to the same place and give fans another perspective or view of your performance and being in the same city, in the same arena?
Yes, I'm very motivated to come back to fight in Brazil this time. So I really want to fight in São Paulo. So we have a lot of people who like my work there in São Paulo, so a lot of fans, a lot of students there. So for me, very important to fight in Brazil again.
You talked about inspiring people and your students, but what is it, when you're in, what keeps you fighting? What do you love about fighting still?
See, I love the good result, no? I love to train well, fighting good, so if I'm fighting good, keep fighting good, for me it's good, no? Good for my fans. I think a lot of people like to see my fights, my style, so they like my boxing. I think we have a good punch still.
As it stands, we were joking about that at first, but as it stands, we don't have a main event for São Paulo. Would you be willing or interested in taking that spot?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
We talk about USADA. What have you changed in your training routine, in supplementation, to avoid that something like that happens to you again?
Man, it's very difficult because the point is so they not. This time it's very dangerous to take some supplements, no. So I think now it's difficult because we took some like BCAA, glutamine, something like this. But now after this thing happened, For me, they took only banana, maybe rice and beans, and it's difficult to fight without supplement.
Are you not using anything now?
Not now.
Do you plan on suing the company that sold you the supplements? Do you plan on suing them?
No, not yet, not yet. I think I'm my responsibility because we know everything you take, you're gonna test, no?
Yeah, but you bought the supplement that doesn't have the substance in the label. So, do you plan on suing the company that sold you something that wasn't in the label?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
The last one for me. You've, like we said, you've done so much in your career, and you're one of the most well-known guys. But now in this, like, let's say, final stretch, we don't know how many years, but I would assume not that many. How does the idea of a bout sit in your mind? Is it still a major goal? It's always a goal, I guess, but is it something that it's a major goal for you, or would you be fine retiring without ever making it that far?
So I think now in the future, make a good results, no? Give something good knockouts, no? And the future, so use my box, use my jiu-jitsu, no? And I think fighting well. That's my main goal in UFC, and stay in the top 5 again.